the senior in Boston College that I felt that this feels right to me. This feels like I can really help them. I can really give back. I really understand the college experience, and I have a lot of knowledge that will help these everybody I'm working with. So that's how it kind of came about.
Yeah, I mean, I think as life changes, you evolve and you grow, and then you just have to figure it out along the way. So I think that's awesome, and I think it's inspirational for people to hear that, because they don't know what they don't know.
No, they don't. No, but you're right. I mean, nothing is forever, and especially today, people are changing jobs right and left. I mean, my one of my daughters, she had her first job. She literally had for 2 weeks. She's like, she was so miserable. She just said, I don't even care if I don't have a job. This is not right for me. I made a big mistake. She left. She got another job. They told her it was only an internship. They loved her so much. They ended up hiring her. And she was there for a couple of years. And then she decided she wanted a bigger firm. She was doing digital marketing. So, now she's at American Express. But, it was not a straight path. It was a very checkered way, but, you just have to, if you believe in yourself and if you follow your passion and you really try hard, it will happen.
I think I need to recruit your girls too for Supergirls for the podcast. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that offline. That is amazing.
Yeah.
So, in terms of your business though too, can you give some examples of how you work with these women to help them with their stress or their anxiety?
Sure. I'd like to use this one girl as an example because she, like on paper, she looked like she should be doing great. She was a sophomore, and she was having major test anxiety, and her grades were showing it. Her mom contacted me and said, "I just don't know how to help her anymore." So, we talked a lot about. I think she was just doing a lot of things that weren't helping her. One was, I think she was like overstudying because she wanted to do well, but she was studying in a way that wasn't really productive. So we kind of changed the method of her studying and gave her more time because she was kind of burnt out. She was just study, thinking that would help her get a better grade, but that was not. And then in addition, she was having panic attacks every time she was in an exam. So I taught her about deep breathing and how that would naturally calm her body. And she absolutely loved it. She loved it so much that she started using it all throughout the day. And she was just feeling, just much calmer and more peaceful in every area of her life. And she would do it before she went to sleep and when she got up and on her way to a class and before the exam. So I was able to help her eliminate the panic attack issue. So, that's an example, but, I really work through a whole range of things, everything related to their healthy living habits, everything related to time management and relationships in college, how to find support on campus, and then all sorts of stress reduction, whether it's the deep breathing or meditation or walking out in nature or finding dogs to hold or listening to music. I mean, it's a whole, what I'm doing is I'm individualizing it for the person, trying to find something that is going to work for them and something that they want to embrace.
It's such a gift. It's such a gift that you're giving. And I think that, everyone underestimates the power of the breath. I mean, when I found yoga, it just makes such a huge difference in the breathing and just thinking about in the moment. But what I wanted to say to you is also, I think having people like you and me in the mix for these women, they don't always want to, talk to their parents. I don't know if you've seen this. I'm sure you have, but yes. They're trying to break away from their parents, right? I mean,
for sure.
They're so even if her mom was probably so frustrated because she was trying to do all these things, but they don't hear you the same way, right? So luckily your voice came in and rescued her. I mean,
yeah. No, absolutely. I mean, even for my own kids, I know they don't listen to me the same way that someone I'm working with does. mean, and your kids are more likely to say, "Oh, you don't really know.
Right,
I don't need to listen to you." Yeah. Right.
Exactly. I love what you said about the dogs. I had interviewed someone on here on one of my episodes. Her name is Nina, and she had some kind of a little bit of a issue with depression. And too bad she didn't know you. She already graduated, but too bad, we could have made the connection there. But they allowed her to keep a dog with her on campus.
Good. That's great.
Yeah. And now she actually lives in Connecticut. She does this job called hiking with dogs. She takes dogs on hikes. That's her career, her work. She loves it.
Oh,
yeah.
That's so nice.
I need to connect you guys, because you never know who she might know or whatever. I definitely need to make that connection.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great. I'd love to meet her.
Yeah. Okay. So on the note of your work, do you see, what do you think in terms of the girls who are getting ready to graduate? What do you feel like their biggest fears are right now? Because you're dealing with their anxiety and all that. Do you see anything bubbling up more than something else?
I think it goes back to what we were talking about earlier about the general self-confidence. They're not sure they're going to be successful in the workforce, and they don't really know what's expected and if they're going to be okay, and what if they don't get a good job, and those kinds of things. They how are they going to prove themselves, and are they going to be successful, basically?
And so do you help them with that, with some of your techniques as well, with some of their helping them with the confidence to go into the real world?
I haven't really done that so much, because the ones that I'm working with are really focused more on college, on just getting through college. Even the seniors I've worked with, some of them are, even in the last semester, they could be having a problem. They could be just burnt out and having a hard time getting through. But I'm thinking about,
I bet.
Yeah. But even thinking about my own kids, and kids I've known, I think that's what I would say is just being nervous about the next step. And, I've known kids who really didn't even want to leave college because it was too scary. It was scary.
Oh yeah. My son doesn't want to leave. He's a senior.
Okay. Yeah.
He's all in depression. He's I'm like, okay, it's not that bad. It's really not. Right. It's really not. So yeah, we should work together, because you can take them through college, and then I'll help them make the transition. We are a perfect team.
Yeah, we are exactly. One thing I'm thinking though is what I would, if I was really thinking about how I would help them, I would do a lot with positive thinking, affirmations, visualization, those things like that. I don't know if you work with those kinds of processes, but just trying to get them in a more positive mindset.
Yeah, I love that, because it's always it's a constant struggle to do it. Life slaps you in the face so many times, and you have to remember how to do that. It's a great skill to teach people, and so I'm glad you're adding that value.
Yeah.
All right, so we need to wrap up, and I just want to get your take on a couple things. When is the best time for these kids or for you to work with these kids? What is your experience in terms of when is the most beneficial for you to be part of their routines?
Okay. Well, in an ideal situation, I would say I'd love to work with them before the summer before they go to college, so that I could kind of get them ready and, prepared for the kinds of things they may not be thinking about, like time management, for instance. But if, so that would be my ideal. But if that doesn't happen, anytime, I think the sooner the better, so that they create good habits, and that will keep them going throughout college and throughout their lives. So, the sooner they get those down and really part of their habits, their overall habits, the better off they're going to be.
St. Dale to the rescue.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, and then last but not least, what's the one piece of advice that you would give these amazing women as they're journeying through college? If you could boil it down to one. I know you have a lot, but if you could just say one tidbit. Well,
I really like to talk about looking for the positive and the joy in the experience, and that college is really a great time. They don't have responsibilities like they will have once they get out. So they should they should try to enjoy that. They should realize that this is a fantastic time for them to just be exploring and growing. And they should just focus on themselves. Don't worry about what everyone else is saying. Don't try to stay off social media as much as possible, and find people that are supportive and that you want to spend time with, and just enjoy it.
That is trying to get rid of the noise is a huge thing, because there's so much noise between their parents and the people. Yeah, I love that. I love that advice. Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
And how can these amazing people get in touch with you if they want to reach out, have questions, want to talk to you about your business? What's the best way?
Yeah, they can go to my website, which is crushcollegestress.com, or they can email me, my name, Dale Troy, at crushcollegestress.com. Those are the two simplest ways.
Okay, I'm sure we're gonna be hearing from people for you. And I absolutely love the name Crush College Stress. It is so powerful. So thank you so much, Ms. Dale, for being with us on the show today. And I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I can't wait to meet you in person and do some work with you. This is amazing. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me. I loved being here. Thank you.
Okay, take care.